Mabuhay! Welcome to Museo de Filipino. Alberto Chabet is known widely as the father of conceptual art in the Philippines. Right in front of us is one of his artwork called One Thing After Another, located at Mission House. For this art, he uses galvanized iron sheets and halogen lights with stands. More so, on the 208 square meter ground floor of the gallery, Chabet had 70 plain galvanized iron sheets laid on floor one after another, conforming to the space's dimensions. He had 7 flood lamps on stands installed on all sides. This is the roofing material of many humble Filipino houses, glaring under the hot sun. Indeed, Chabet works have been described as an anti-museum because they are not collectible. As with a lot of conceptual artists, he often uses materials which are makeshift and ephemeral. They were never meant to be permanent. He has always said that art is for the moment after it becomes memory. National artist for architecture, Pablo Severo Antonio, pioneered modern Philippine architecture. His basic design is grounded on simplicity, no clutter. The lines are clean and smooth, and where there are curves, these are made integral to the structure. The other things that characterizes an Antonio structure is the maximum use of natural light and cross ventilation. Manila Polo Club is one of his major works, a premier polo club in the Philippines that located in Makati, Metro Manila. In fact, it was originally located in Pasay prior to World War II. The new Manila Polo Club opened in 1949, designed by Pablo S. Antonio. The Sandugo, also called Blood Compact Shrine, were formed in the island of Bohol in the Philippines between the Spanish explorer Miguel Lopez de Legazpi and Dato Sicatuna. The chieftain of Bohol happened during March 16, 1565. To seal their friendship as part of the tribal tradition. This is considered as the very first treaty of friendship between Spaniards and Filipinos. Additionally, Sandugo is a Visayan word which means one blood. This sculpture was made by the national artist Napoleon Abueva, also known as the father of modern Philippine sculpture. It is located at Tagbiliran City, Bohol. The Arc of Bridge is shaped like a tongkang, which was a light boat used to be a trading port where businessmen gathered to trade. The bridge is 55 meters in length and weighs about 230 tons, and it was built in 1997, located along Singapore River, and was one of the 3 footbridges that built at Robertson Quay for convenient access. The bridge was then brilliantly painted in 2004 by Filipino artist Pasita Abad with 55 different colors and 900 liters of paint. Because of that, it becomes Singapore's first art bridge and one of the most popular works of art. The making of the Philippines flag is one of the most famous paintings in the Philippines, which was painted by the so-called Grand Old Man of Philippine art, Fernando Amorsolo. It shows the 3 women sewing the flag of the Philippines, and these are Marcela Agoncillo, her 5-year-old daughter, and Delfina Herbosa Natividad, niece of Dr. Jose Rizal. They were tasked by President Emilio Aguinaldo to sew the first flag for the Republic of the Philippines. As you can see, the clothes that the woman wearing on the painting depict the traditional styles. The main colors that was used here was brown, red, blue, and yellow. Therefore, it is believed that Fernando Amorsolo made this painting to show the citizen of the Philippines of how the Philippine flag was made, and also to remind them the tradition and customs that us Filipino people barely know, as it becomes less important. That is why he is known as a nationalistic person, because some of his paintings portray and commemorate the different tradition, cultures, and customs of Filipino. The Geraldine Arabesque is 1958 oil on canvas with a size of 305 cm by 118 cm, a masterpiece by a Filipino famous painter and national artist Jose P. Hoya. The art showcases different shades of yellow, broad strokes, and an impasto mixed with sand. In addition, this painting is a representation of Hoya's talent as a mixed media artist and pioneer of modern Filipino paintings and art in the country. This artwork was among the works of Hoya exhibition to represent the Philippines in the prestigious Venice Biennale in 1964, the first time that the Philippines participated in the world's longest-running biennale. Therefore, Geraldine Arabesque is definitely one of the famous paintings in the Philippines. Manon Jeepneys is one of the most famous modern art paintings in the Philippines, but it was originally bought for only 150 pesos. This painting shows the daily congestion in the metropolis. It is drawn from a neorealism style in which Manon uses the artwork depicting the vehicle use as a common means of transportation in the Philippines. It is deeply concerning that the jeepneys used to be a symbol for the unique transportation of the country. The painting was then donated by Fernando Sobel to the Ateneo Art Gallery collection. The painting right in front of us is Anita Magsaysay's famous artwork, which entitled Two Women. She was one of the modernists in the Philippines. Nonetheless, Two Women is a painting portraying two Filipino women with white head wraps shucking corn together while smiling that won a first prize at the Philippine Art Association and was then released year of 1992. Felix Resurrección Hidalgo was acknowledged as one of the greatest Filipino painters of the late 19th century and is significant in Philippine history. His artwork is one of his notable work, which is entitled Las Virgenes Cristianas Expuestas al Populacho, or the Christian Virgins Exposed to the Populace, was awarded the 9th silver medal at the 1884 Exposición General de Bellas Artes in Madrid. This showed a group of boorish-looking males mocking semi-naked female Christians, one of whom is seated in the foreground, with head bowed in misery. Unfortunately, the original artwork of this was destroyed in a fire at the University of Valladolid in Spain. Pencab's Yellow Confetti is one of the most controversial Filipino paintings in modern times. It was created early to mid-1980s to describe the civil resistance in the Philippines during the EDSA People Power Uprising. But why yellow confetti? It is because according to what I've researched, those yellow confettis are the yellow flags and ribbon that the resistors used, which also derived to yellow revolution. The painting was described as a dynamic and powerful resonant of work. Through this artwork revealed how unjust the government is ever since then, and how the Filipinos fought for their rights as Filipino citizens. The Polarium, often misspelled as Polarium, a gigantic painting more than 4 meters high and 7.5 meters wide, considered as the largest painting in the Philippines. It is one of the most Philippine historical paintings, and the artist behind this is none other than Juan Luna. The artwork was submitted by the artist itself to the Exposición Nacional de Bellas Artes in 1884 in Madrid, where it earned the first gold medal. Actually, he spent 8 months completing the painting, which depicts dying gladiators. It is a recreation of Roman circus, where bodies of dead gladiators are being dragged into a shadowy area. The next thing we'll notice about the painting is the rich and colors used, which is unusual, but its colors are striking and quite unique. Definitely, the painting shows the tragic events. The Andres Bonifacio Monument, commonly known as Bonifacio Monument or Monumento. Its height was about 45 feet. It is a memorial monument situated in Caloocan, Philippines, which was designed by the national artist Guillermo Tolentino and was opened on November 30, 1933 to commemorate Philippine revolutionary Andres Bonifacio, the founder and supremo of the Katipunan. The artwork was then acclaimed as one of the best monuments in the world.